Ladies and gentlemen, we are really sorry for our delay because President had to attend so many meetings and we all returned together from Beruala. He will be here at any moment. Anyway, for the last 20 years, I represented in Parliament and I was in politics after my brother. And I know, I have witnessed the very challenges faced by women firsthand, because we are from grassroots level to the very high positions in this country. As a woman in politics, as a lawyer, and as a former minister in multiple disciplines, I have witnessed how challenging it is for the average Sri Lankan woman to make it in life. That was one specific reason as to why I decided to take up the mantle after my brother and enter politics. Coming from a political family in the early 2000s, I saw how difficult it was for women to survive in politics. After over 2 decades, I can recall of many such incidents, but which I am not going to take your valuable time now, as Honorable Sita did a very good presentation. From the point of entry into politics, for 16 consecutive years, I was privileged to work alongside Honorable Ranil Wickremesinghe, my party leader, who is also now the President of Sri Lanka. These words that resonate today within the Women's Manifesto. This is the first time a candidate had forwarded a separate Women's Manifesto to the election. Things I saw in action for the past 16 years. In every role he held, Ranil Wickremesinghe understood how critical women were and are to the future of Sri Lanka. I recall back in 2002, when I was fairly new to politics and he was Prime Minister, he directed the Women's Affairs Minister to make it mandatory for a dedicated women's desk to be established in every police station in Sri Lanka. Madam Maramwat just mentioned that it happened during last 2 years. It was expanded, but then I must say it was under former Minister Mrs. Amarapiyasiri Ratnayaka, under the leadership of Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe, it started. This move, acclaimed by many, was to create a safe environment for women, the bedrock of our modern Sri Lanka society. Honorable Ranil Wickremesinghe was also a major advocate of equality and promoted the necessity of having women in politics. In 2006, as I came into Parliament, we had a local government election at that time, and then he, as the party leader of our party, he made it mandatory to have a female candidate in each of the local government lists. So it was, at that time, it was a bit of a difficult task, but we did everything possible to make it a reality. Honorable Sir, you, in all of his actions, understood the importance of creating equity in women and the contribution they may make to the society in return. It does not quite surprise me, given that he spent most of his life surrounded by such inspirational women. His late mother, Mrs. Nalini Wickremesinghe, who was a profounding success in her own career as a media and press personality, and his wife, Professor Maitri Wickremesinghe, who has graced us with her presence today, a widely respected intellectual and figure in the university system in Sri Lanka, and one of the finest first ladies this country has ever produced. Not forgetting Ms. Shanika Wickremesinghe, the woman behind this beautiful evening, who has contributed so much for the employment of women and advocacy of women empowerment. Throughout his career, he has always focused on the near 11 million women in Sri Lanka. His dedication to honor them, fight for them, and lead them in time of Ranil has been proven time after time. Even when he took over the mantle of leadership in 2022, he did so with so much passion that he kept repeating, "I want to eradicate the sense of uncertainty the millions of Sri Lankan mothers have for their children," and he did just that. Women have a remarkable memory, and they will not forget what he delivered in 2022. I'm sorry to be a bit biased, but I am confident that the women in Sri Lanka will show their gratitude to the President in the upcoming polls. I invite you all to actually go through this document. In fact, it is far from being a mere document, the Women's Manifesto. It is a reflection of the broad vision of Honorable Ranil Wickremesinghe as he takes you through from preventing violence against women and children all the way up to the housing and land initiatives and clean water, from initiatives to drive the cost of living down to women entrepreneurship. It is a reflection of the country we all hope we will one day live in. No sooner he became president, he also established the Sectoral Oversight Committee for Women and Children Welfare, of which I was the chair, and we did so much good. Honorable Sir, it is not when you became the president, you really introduced sectoral oversight committees when you were Prime Minister, and you got the Parliament activated to do, even with the participation of the opposition, you got it activated in under 17 sectoral oversight committees. So I also had little opportunity to do little bit for the women, mostly like for working women and harassment, sexual harassment at workplace, and also for women who has under 5 children, for their working women, for about their care. In a few days, when we walk into the presidential polls, I have no doubt that the women of Sri Lanka, together with the whole of our country, will stand by President Wickremesinghe. I humbly request you all to carry this message of hope to your own households. Together we can, and together we shall. Good night and thank you very much.
இது போன்று பல செய்திகளை தெரிந்து கொள்ள நமது வைப்ஸ் டிவி யூடியூப் தளத்தை சப்ஸ்கிரைப் செய்து அருகிலுள்ள பெல் பட்டனை கிளிக் செய்யுங்கள். மேலும் பல செய்திகளை அறிந்து கொள்ள www.vaibznews.com, vibesnews.com என்ற இணையதளத்தை பார்வையிடுங்கள்.